If you've ever started something with genuine excitement, only to slowly fade out weeks later, this video is for you. Because the problem isn't that you're lazy or lack discipline, and it's not that you lack motivation either. The real problem is that you're fighting your own biology with the wrong tools. You're trying to stay consistent using willpower, emotions, and pressure, when consistency is actually built with systems. And until you fix that, you'll keep repeating the same cycle. You start strong, you feel good, you tell yourself this time is different. Then life happens. You miss one day, then another. Then suddenly you're back where you started, confused, frustrated, and wondering what's wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. What's wrong is the way consistency is usually taught. Most advice tells you to want it more, to push harder, to stay motivated. That advice sounds good, but it fails in the real world because motivation is unstable. Motivation depends on mood, energy, sleep, stress, life circumstances, etc. And your life doesn't care about your plans. Some days you wake up sharp and focused. Other days you wake up tired, distracted, or overwhelmed. If your progress depends on how you feel, then your progress will always be fragile. You're trying to make daily progress in a system that constantly changes. So let's slow this down and look at the real issue. The reason you can't stay consistent is not because you quit. It's because every day you are forced to decide again. Decide whether to work out. Decide what to do first. Decide what to eat. Decision-making is exhausting. And the more decisions you force your brain to make, the more likely it is to choose comfort. This is where most people lose. They wake up and negotiate with themselves. I'll do it later. I don't feel like it today. I'll start tomorrow. That internal negotiation drains your mental energy before you even begin. Winners don't win because they're stronger. They win because they don't negotiate. They remove choice. They build systems where the action happens by default. That's the difference. And once you understand this, consistency stops being a personality trait and becomes something you can engineer. Here's the system that fixes inconsistency. First, you need to understand something uncomfortable. Your brain is not wired to chase long-term goals. It is designed to avoid discomfort and conserve energy. That's not a flaw, that's survival. So when you set big goals, get in shape, build a business, change my life, your brain doesn't feel inspired, it feels threatened. Big goals feel vague, heavy, and endless. Your brain doesn't know where to start, so it looks for relief. This is why most habits die before they even begin. The fix is not to make the goal bigger. The fix is to make the start smaller and break the goal into biteable sizes. Consistency is built on one thing, a daily, non-negotiable action. One action. One move forward. One thing you do every single day, no excuses, no negotiation. Not everything, not a perfect routine, just one. But here's the key most people miss. Sometimes the hardest part isn't doing the work, it's starting. On days when motivation is low, the goal shouldn't be finish the task. The goal should be get in position. Simple as that. Clear obvious distractions if you can. Phone away, TV off. This is one of the simplest but most powerful tricks for defeating inconsistency. If you're working out, don't tell yourself you're going to do 5 push-ups or 10 reps. Just tell yourself, get in position. Hands on the floor, body set. That's it. No pressure to perform. No promise to finish. Just get in position. Because once you're in position, momentum usually takes over. The same rule applies to everything else. You don't start by doing, you start by positioning. And positioning removes resistance. This is how you bypass motivation entirely. Now, let's talk about the structure that makes this sustainable. Your daily action must be so small that you can do it even on your worst days. Not when you feel inspired, when you feel drained. If the habit can't survive a bad day, it's not a system, it's a fantasy. Now mind you, when rest is truly needed, illness, exhaustion, recovery, you rest without guilt. You can always do more than your daily non-negotiable, but you never do less than the minimum. That's how consistency becomes inevitable. And something interesting happens when you become consistent. Your brain stops associating progress with pain. Instead of seeing the habit as a threat, it sees it as safe. And once something feels safe, resistance disappears. This is where people misunderstand discipline. Discipline isn't forcing yourself to suffer. Discipline is designing your life so the right action is easy. Once that happens, consistency stops feeling heroic. It becomes normal, automatic, reliable, sometimes even boring. And boring consistency beats intense inconsistency every time. Now here's what most people don't realize. Consistency isn't just about results. It's about identity. Every time you do what you said you would do, even in a small way, you send a signal to your brain. I'm someone who works out every day. I'm someone who quit a video game addiction and is better because of it. I'm someone who follows through. That identity shift compounds. You stop relying on motivation. You start relying on trust, self-trust. And once you trust yourself, everything changes. Now let's talk about your environment, because this is where most people sabotage themselves without realizing it. Your environment is constantly giving you instructions. What you see when you wake up, what's within reach, what's hidden, what's visible. If your environment makes the wrong behavior easy, you will eventually do it, no matter how disciplined you think you are. If you want to work out more, keep your equipment visible. If you want to run, leave your shoes where you can see them. If you want to wake up earlier, put your alarm across the room so you have to stand up to turn it off. If you want to work more, clean your desk, clear distractions, make the workspace inviting. These are small changes, but they remove friction. And consistency is nothing more than friction management. Make the right actions easier, make the wrong actions harder. You don't need more motivation, you need fewer obstacles. This is also why people matter. Your standards rise or fall to match the people around you. If you surround yourself with people who avoid effort, comfort becomes normal. If you surround yourself with people who show up daily, consistency feels natural. You don't need a massive circle, you need alignment. Because your life will always reflect the company you keep. So let's bring this together. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need a new year. You don't need motivation. You need a system. A system that removes choice. A system that lowers resistance. A system that builds proof. One task every day. No negotiation. Start by getting in position. Lower the barrier. Track the streak. Adjust weekly. Design your environment. That's how consistency is built. Not through intensity, but through structure. If you want 2026 to be different, don't wait for January. Don't wait to feel ready. Start today. Choose one habit, one task, one promise you refuse to break. Start small, because once you master following through, you become unstoppable. You become someone your future can rely on. You begin your ascent. This is the Ascent Club. If you want more videos on systems, habits, discipline, and becoming a better version of yourself, subscribe. Your consistency starts with one small action. Get in position. Do it today.